Hey guys, my name is John. I am the Director of Product here at HelloSpoke. Today I wanted to give you guys a brief rundown of our Notify product and kind of explain what we do. So Notify is a resident communication, retention, and happiness platform. Our main goal is to bridge that communication between your residents and your property staff, especially with maintenance. So today I wanted to briefly show you guys how we do that. So when you log in, you'll see all of your properties listed here. You get a really easy view of the total number of calls to your community, the average emergency maintenance response time, and then you have these helpful metrics here in the top right, how your portfolio is performing in emergency response time, the company, and then the industry as a whole. If you look here on the right, you see your time to resolve. That's a graphical view of how your communities are responding to maintenance emergencies. So if you hover over here, you can see there's two calls that took under 10 minutes for maintenance to respond to, and two calls that took 30 to 60 minutes for maintenance to respond to, which is probably not ideal. So if we hop into Baxter Crossings, we give you guys a lot of really great information. So in addition to that time to resolve, we also give you how maintenance responded. Did they delete the call? Did they call back the resident? We provide automated responses as well for maintenance to select, such as, hey, I'm on my way, or hey, this isn't an emergency. In addition to that, on the right, you can see this Lou, the AI maintenance filter. We provide an automated AI response to every call about a maintenance problem, and we filter out non-emergencies as well. So we see something like a 38% mitigation rate in terms of getting those emergency calls in the general bucket if they are not true emergencies. So that's a graphical representation of that. This property clearly has quite a few more non-emergency calls that have been pulled out there. Scheduling is extremely simple in our service for the maintenance on call. You can drag and drop, you can edit rules, pretty much anything you can think of in terms of setting up a schedule, we have handled for you guys. And then if we scroll down a little further, we provide even more metrics. So we give you maintenance calls by category. You can see mostly plumbing in this community. And we also give you keywords. So we have general and emergency on this property. You can see there's a lot of repair requests, a lot of garbage requests, and then it looks like a even mix of dishwasher, kitchen, and general maintenance in that emergency maintenance mailbox. But you can imagine what this would look like for your community or communities. There's a lot of valuable data that we're able to provide through these charts. We also give you missed call by hour. When you have a lot more call volume, this will usually peak around lunch, but it does help with staffing or just understanding when you guys are getting the most calls into the service. So what makes our product a little different than most is that we're not just an answering service, we're more of a communication suite or communication platform. So I'll hop into call activity on this community here. There's a couple more calls in here. So you could see all of your incoming calls. And what's great about our service is that you're able to easily navigate through this data and you can actually communicate to the resident directly from our service, both on a mobile app or on the web page that we're viewing here. So you can see that we can start a work order, we can text or call back the resident with that shielded caller ID, all from this screen. And I can show you briefly. You get a summary here. You can view the full transcription in multiple languages. And then you're actually able to directly text the resident here. This text communication can be translated as well. So we can translate this text communication to 32 languages and then back into English. So it's a really easy way of getting a hold of your resident or meeting them where they are. And then here you can also see the call history of that resident. This helps contextualize if they're frustrated, how many times they've actually called into your community. So this is all really good information. And of course, we provide some BI as well in terms of keywords, categories, and recordings of all of the interaction. So you get a full log of how each call in your community was handled. So up here, we have our alerts, and you're able to see all of that text communication coming in. So really what we're doing is trying to bridge that gap between I'm receiving a call, maybe you missed a call, right? How is that handled? Who dealt with that? How long did it take to get back to the resident? All of this information is at your fingertips in our service. And you can see here this whole text and communication platform as well. So there's just a ton of information and communication tools that are fully integrated with your property management software. And our goal is really to increase that resident retention by providing easier, automated, and clear communication to your resident, especially in their time of need when it comes to something like maintenance emergencies. And hopefully, this gives a brief overview, but I'm sure sales would love to talk to you if you have any more questions. Thanks so much.